Hi everyone, welcome to Breaking Boundaries, the podcast where creativity meets innovation. Today, I'm super excited to have somebody truly amazing with us. Actress, singer, writer, and absolute rock star, Erika Smith. Erika, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Souvik. It's nice to be here.
All right, Erika, let's dive in right in. Okay, you have been doing it all like movies, music, writing. When do you realize this was the path for you?
Let's see. When I was really young, my mom had all of these autobiographies of film stars, and I used to pick them up like 5, 6 years old and read their stories. And I don't know if I knew what all of it meant, but I thought they were really interesting. And later, when I was about 8 years old, my aunt got a video camera and she let us borrow it. So I used to set it up like on the counter and do little skits and sketches and plays with my little brothers and friends from the neighborhood.
Wow. So that is camera is the main thing which everything got started with.
Yeah, I would say so, but I was always interested in film and music. We used to like play Broadway musicals, the soundtracks, and we dress up in costumes and lip sync and yeah, and put on little plays. But I was always really attracted to theater and film. I used to ride my bike to the movie theater and go and see matinees and stuff.
Wow. Wow.
So
Love that. Love that. Let's be real. Okay. It's not all glitz and glams, right? What's been one of your biggest challenges, and how do you push through it?
the audition the auditioning process can be kind of heartbreaking because you're putting in a lot of time and energy into learning these characters and you're reading a lot of scripts and then you put your work out there and you don't really know if anyone ever sees it. They say that actors book about 1% of the jobs that they audition for. So that's out of every 100 auditions, that's 99 characters that you might have really loved or really get to explore. And it's also hard to find like a survival job to help you, continue to pursue your passion and be able to support yourself while you do that. You need to find a job that's flexible, that you can take off to when you do get work and it gives you time to audition and stuff. So it can be challenging. I've been really lucky to find a career freelancing as a live performer, doing my impersonations and traveling all over the world and getting to sing and perform for live audiences. So that's been really fun and allows me to keep auditioning for film and TV.
Wow. Wow. How do you stay grounded, while managing fame and spotlight?
Well, I think it's important to try to keep a balance between your personal life and your professional life. I think these days for artists, we're really encouraged to share every aspect of our lives on social media because our fans and people want to get to know who we really are as people and they want to see that window into our lives. You've got to keep some things private, and if you have friends or loved ones that aren't don't really like the spotlight, you have to kind of like keep them out of it and not always just pimp them out for your
Right.
social media.
So do you have any strategies? How like do you have any timeline that you follow? What's your how do you do that? Like you just avoid them, you turn your phone switched off. What do you do? How do you just manage it off?
Well, I try to make sure that there are certain things that I do for myself on a routine basis, like getting outside and doing hikes is a big deal for me. Working out, cooking, I really like. Well, baking. I'm not much of a cook, but just really making sure that there are certain things that you do for yourself. And then when you're with friends, put your phone away, put your phone in your purse. You don't have to put everything on social media. You can take pictures for to remember the the event, but you don't necessarily have to post everything.
That's right. That's right. That's very, very true, no? So, no, what make you sound so effortless? Okay. So, what do you think, are the biggest effortless challenges you face, in auditioning or visiting new directors or putting your ideas in picture?
I don't understand. What was the question?
No, I want to ask you, okay, the effortlessness, when you go ahead and meet directors and producers, okay, they come up with, many roles, they come up with many ideas. How do you, plan it up? How do you strategize yourself as per the roles?
The way I pick roles is really just what I find interesting, what is different, what's unpredictable. The last film that I just completed, when I read the script, I was just intrigued by the log line itself because it was a character that was the center of the film. She went through an intense transformation, and it had like a moral to the story. It had a theme that I really believed in, and when I started to read the script, I was hooked within the first 10 pages.
Wow.
I was like, this is so different, this is not predictable. So I think it's really just what kind of excites you. It's not even something that you can logically say it needs to have this, it needs to have that. It was just something that I liked. I knew I liked it and I wanted to do it. And I fought really hard for that part. I auditioned about 3 or 4 times. So,
Awesome. So,
yeah.
now let's make this, conversation more fun, and let's switch it up, right? So I'll go for rapid fire, okay? I'll ask you a couple of
Okay.
more things about your movies, and about your life, so that you can just give us a quick peek about it, right? So, Erika,
Okay.
favorite role so far?
The role I just shot, Brittany Darlington in The Enlightenment of Brittany Darlington.
Tell me more about it.
Um, Brittany Darlington is a newscaster in a very dystopian near future. It's a fascist government, and it's very unfair, but everybody loves her. She's kind of the darling of that society, and she puts her morals and her conscience aside so that she can rise to the top. And through it's called the enlightenment of Brittany Darlington because she goes through so much struggle and heartbreak in the film that you feel like she should have an enlightenment. I'm not going to give away the ending because it's so unpredictable where it goes. And she's just somebody that she takes no prisoners. She is not a people pleaser. She can be downright mean, no apologies. She says that all the time, that she has no apologies. She says it on her show, and her behavior will shock you.
Wow. I need to watch that out. Looking forward for it. When it's getting released?
It's so funny. I was just texting with the director, and they're working on the edit right now. And so, probably a summer release.
Summer release. Awesome. A role you
Yeah.
missed out but still dream about.
The role of Marilyn Monroe in Blonde, I would have loved to play that part. But Ana de Armas did an amazing job. She really had Marilyn's essence, but I would have too.
Dream co-star.
Dream co-star. I would love to work with Ryan Gosling. Loved him. I love him in everything. I mean, he's so good. He's so charismatic. He's so talented.
Yes.
But I especially loved him in Barbie. I just thought he took a role that seems like,
Impossible.
a secondary
Yeah.
role. Yeah. He made it so interesting and compelling and funny and still grounded. And I love his singing.
He's so talented. I
Hmm.
am in love with La La Land, You heard La La Land? So I
I love La La Land. Yeah.
whenever I get time, I turn on Netflix, I watch that out, It's pretty fun. I like it. It's interesting.
Yeah, they have great chemistry. Emma,
Yes.
yeah,
So
they
hardest
do.
scenes you have to, shoot so far.
The hardest scenes are definitely scenes where you have to cry or that are like physically demanding. So I had a few scenes in the film I just finished that were so intense. One, I was covered in blood for about 5 hours. So I was cold and I was sticky and I had to keep having a lot of energy and then downtime and then have more, so it was a lot of energy and it wasn't, I had to really stay in it for like 5 or 6 hours, that scene that we shot. Also, I had a monologue in that film where I had physically deteriorated, very sick, I'm very uncomfortable, I'm in a lot of pain, both physical and emotional, and I had to deliver this very verbose monologue, a lot of words to remember, a lot of very emotional. So it was hard to put all those pieces together, stay emotional, remember the physicality, and remember all the lines.
That's
That
pretty,
was so
pretty
challenging.
challenging. It sounds pretty challenging.
Yeah,
And 5 hours at a
yeah,
stretch, that's like, yes, too much.
yeah. Also, that film, I got it about 5 days before we started shooting.
Wow.
So I didn't have a lot of time to prepare. It was about 100 pages I had to memorize. I had started a few scenes that I had auditioned with, but I had to really memorize a lot on the fly. So that was so challenging.
How do you generally, do these things? Do you remember they, or do you just mug it up? What exactly you do?
I just repeat the lines over and over again, and this is a technique I learned, years ago in acting class. You take the first line and you repeat it to yourself like 5 times, and then you take the second line and you repeat that 5 times, and then you put them together and you repeat them together 5 times, and then you get the third line, and then you keep repeating it.
Wow.
So by the time you get to the end of the scene, you've been running through it and you will have said those lines like 100 times, and you start to imagine how you're feeling and what you mean, and you start to see different meanings, different intentions. So while you're memorizing, you're also working on the character and the scene.
So this will be an incentive for my listeners. Now, if anybody
Mhm.
wants to go ahead and follow your footstep to remembering thing, that will be a cherry on the cake for them. Awesome. Thank you so much for the insight.
Oh, you're
One line
welcome.
from your movie fans always call you, or you quote the best.
It's actually Nancy. I just go by Amanda when weirdos talk to me after my show. I
That love the most by you. Anything you can do for that particular genre.
love movie musicals. I always have, and I love to sing. I would love to do a movie musical. I just saw Wicked. I loved it.
Nice.
That would be my favorite genre. And then comedies probably after that. But I have done a lot of comedies.
Any kind of thriller? Any plans for thriller or drama?
Yeah, I've done a lot of thrillers. I've done a lot of horror movies. Those are really fun to do. Those are really intense. I love like psychological thrillers,
Mhm.
probably the best.
So if my users, listeners wanna check out a list of movies, okay, what would be the top three movies you would suggest them?
That I've been in.
Yes, that you
I would say, obviously. Let's see. Okay, I would pick a film called Addiction.
addiction, okay.
Addiction and The A Plate. Totally different genre. Addiction is like a period drama. It takes place in the 1960s in New York City, in the underground drug scene. The A Plate is a fun ensemble romantic comedy that takes place in a car dealership.
Okay.
I loved my character in that. And let's see, maybe a throwback to The Wrestler. I had a small part in The Wrestler.
Wrestler, wow, that's a famous movie.
Yeah,
Awesome. One movie you wish to be in.
I would have loved to be in Barbie.
Barbie, y'all. And she's so good, like similar looking like you, beautiful looking like you. You would be the perfect fit for
Thank
it.
you. Thanks. I love Margot Robbie. I love all the roles that she plays. She's just, I also, another one of her roles I loved was
Hi,
Tanya.
Tanya.
Tanya
That
Harding.
robot.
Yeah, what a great role. I would have liked to do that too.
She's so talented. She's so fresh and talented. She's always smiling. That's the best part with her.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
she
awesome,
is. She's
Erika.
fun.
Thank you so much for sharing your journey and struggles with us and your wins as well. Last, messages for your fans, those are listening right now.
I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for all of your support and encouragement. I have fans that have been following me for like over 10 years, and I just appreciate it so much. You have no idea.
Perfect, perfect.
So thank you.
Awesome. What's a message for newcomers? If you wanna advise someone, if you wanna give them some tips how they can fulfill their dreams, okay, what would be that?
Say for newcomers to hang on to your passion, why you first started in this industry, what drew you to it, and remember to always take care of yourself because this can be a very competitive industry and there people are willing to like do anything for their work. Don't be like that. You know, you have value. You're an artist. Make sure you always put yourself first and just have fun with it.
Awesome. And any tips to the users
Tips for
for
an acting
yes, in
career?
acting career, or something in writing?
Hmm. I would say keep a journal. Keep a journal of all of your thoughts and feelings because that'll get your creative juices flowing and you'll start to see ideas that you want to develop and explore further. So I would say keep a journal and I would say try to meditate in any way that works for you. I'm horrible at like this kind of meditation. Like I can't concentrate, but like for me, like driving, just driving
Mhm.
or walking or hiking, that allows me to think and really just imagine and let my imagination go. That's really important to being an artist.
Perfect. Thank you so much for this insight. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Don't forget to follow Breaking Boundaries for more inspiring conversation. Until next time, stay creative and keep breaking boundaries. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. Bye.